All right, let's get right into it. Today, we're going to climb into the very heart of Taiwan's identity, and we're going to do it by talking about 9 legendary mountains. Now, these aren't just any climbs. Think of them more like rites of passage. Each one has its own distinct personality. Some are majestic, some are incredibly dangerous, and one is shrouded in some seriously dark history. So what is the soul of an island? You'd probably think it's the sea, right? The ocean that surrounds it. But for Taiwan, that's not quite it. The real answer? It lies inland. It's way up high. The island's spirit, its true character, it's forged in the peaks and the jagged ridgelines of its absolutely massive mountain ranges. Okay, so to really get why these mountains are so important, you've got to know about the Baye. That translates to the 100 peaks. And believe me, this isn't just some casual list. It's practically a national obsession. It's a hand-picked list of the 100 most incredible mountains over 3,000 meters high. For a whole lot of Taiwanese people, climbing every single one of them is a lifelong dream. But here's the thing, even within that super elite group of 100, there's another level, a more exclusive tier. We're talking 9 peaks that are just set apart from all the others. They're not just famous for their height, but for their personality, for their story. And together, they're known as the 5 peaks, 3 points, and 1 wonder. So let's start with the first group, the real pillars of this whole thing, the 5 peaks. And you gotta understand, these aren't just seen as lumps of rock. No way. They're seen as these stoic, majestic guardians of the entire island, with each one kind of representing a different corner and character of Taiwan. So where did this idea even come from? Well, the concept of a 5 peaks actually goes way back to 1927, during the Japanese era. It was inspired by similar traditions in China and Japan, but it was really in the 1970s that Taiwan's own hiking community took that idea and created the legendary 531 grouping that we know today. I mean, this is the absolute pinnacle of Taiwanese mountaineering. And here they are, the Big 5. First up, you have Yushan, the leader. This is the highest peak in all of Northeast Asia, a massive national symbol. Then there's Shushan, famous for this magnificent glacial bowl called the #1 cirque. Shugulawan is literally the backbone of the island. It's the highest point of the huge central mountain range. You've also got Nanho Dashan, which is basically a living glacial museum, totally carved by ice. And finally, down south, you have the Sentinel, Dawushan, famously known as the hometown of the Sea of Clouds. Okay, so we've seen the majestic pillars. Now, we're gonna shift gears. Big time. We're moving into a totally different kind of mountain. This is the realm of the 3 points. And let me tell you, the vibe changes completely. These are the unforgiving challengers. And this comparison here, it just nails the difference perfectly. If you think of the 5 peaks as being about this broad, symbolic majesty, well, the 3 points are all about raw, sharp, technically demanding danger. I mean, their very name in Chinese, Jianshan, literally means sharp or pointed mountain. These aren't thrones you sit on, they're spires that pierce the sky. So let's meet these challengers. First, Zhangyangzhenshan. It's this terrifying pyramid shape. And yeah, it's home to the Death Ridge, and it earned that name. Then you have Dabajianshan, this unbelievable barrel-shaped peak. It's a sacred mountain, and it's so sheer that for the longest time, everyone thought it was just impossible to climb. And finally, there's Dafengzhen, the distant point, this sharp, lonely cone hidden deep in the heart of the central range. And just to give you a real sense of what it feels like to climb one of these, listen to this. This is from a hiker talking about their experience on that Death Ridge on Zhangyangzhen. They said, "I've never been so nervous. The psychological pressure is immense. It's a test of your core with every single step." See, it's not just about being physically strong, it's the mental game, the immense psychological pressure. Every single step on that crumbling, exposed rock is a test. Okay, so we've seen majesty with the 5 peaks, and we've confronted pure danger with the 3 points. But this last mountain, this one is something else entirely. It's not a peak, it's not a point, it is the 1 wonder, and it is a place of the most incredible beauty and the most terrifying legend. Okay, so its official name is Kilai North Peak, but, almost no one actually calls it that. It's just Kilai. People have called it the Wonder or the Strange One, but its most famous and definitely most feared nickname is Black Kilai. And this is exactly why it's called the Wonder. Kilai has this incredible duality. On the one hand, at sunrise, its huge grasslands are famous for glowing with this serene, breathtaking golden light. They actually call it Golden Kilai. But The mountain's other face is made of dark black slate, and when the weather, which is famously unpredictable, rolls in, the whole place transforms into this dark, menacing maze. And that maze, that's the setting for some of Taiwan's most infamous mountain tragedies. And look, its fearsome reputation isn't just folklore or ghost stories. It was forged in real tragedy, mostly during the 1970s. There was a string of really high-profile disasters, many of them involving university students who got caught in sudden, violent typhoons. Those events are what really cemented Kilai's dark legend in everyone's minds. So when you ask why Black Kilai, it really comes down to a perfect storm of factors. You've got the geography. It's often backlit, making it look dark and imposing. You've got the geology. It's literally made of black slate. Then there's the weather, which is just insanely unpredictable and dangerous. And finally, you have that history, a legacy that is just steeped in tragedy. All of it comes together.
So, okay, we've got the majestic 5, the dangerous 3, and the legendary 1. But what is it about these specific 9 mountains? What makes them so special? What's the bigger story they're telling us about Taiwan?
Well, it really breaks down pretty neatly. The 5 peaks, they're all about national symbolism and that majestic presence. The 3 points, they embody the raw challenge, the pure, unforgiving danger of the high peaks. And the 1 wonder? That's all about legend. It's that powerful, almost sublime fusion of breathtaking beauty and incredible risk. You put them all together, and you get the whole picture. So you see, this is so much more than just a bucket list for hikers. These 9 peaks, together, they form a story. They tell the narrative of an island's soul, and that soul is rugged, it's powerful, it's untamable, and it demands your respect. In the end, maybe what these peaks really teach us is that out there, in the wild, beauty and danger are just 2 sides of the same mountain, 2 sides of the same coin. So the only question left to ask is, which side calls to you?